Good evening. Today is Tuesday, July 15, 2025. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the New Bergen Large City School District. Welcome. Please call the roll, sir.
Ms. Christine Bello.
Here.
Ms. Thomasina Bello.
Here.
Ms. Boucher. Mr. Bergarelli.
Present.
Ms. Burks.
Here.
Mr. Duray.
Present.
Mr. Howard.
Here.
Mr. Levenstein.
Here.
Ms. Politi.
Okay. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby recesses into executive session for the following purpose: matters made confidential under FERPA, matters leading to the employment of particular employees or corporations, employment history of employees or corporations, collective bargaining under the Taylor Law, and to obtain advice from legal counsel. Get a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Christine Bello.
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello.
Yes.
Ms. Boucher. Mr. Bergarelli.
Yes.
Ms. Burks.
Yes.
Mr. Duray.
Yes.
Mr. Howard. Mr. Levenstein.
Yes.
Good evening. We are back in session, return to public session. Next thing on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm very proud to introduce Sade Burks, who's going to be doing it for the first time, leading the board.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please have a moment of silence.
Okay, before we move on to public comment on agenda items, I'd just like to welcome the community every time we do this. We do this to serve the community, and we're very appreciative of everyone that's here. We have a little different cadence tonight, and it was done with the community in mind, so we're not here late at night. So we kind of moved the executive session up if we're going to have one, getting the meeting started around 6:30, and hopefully without really something special coming up, we can just continue business and have a meeting that ends within a reasonable time. So with that said, we're on item 3, public comment on agenda items.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to go ahead and
Make a motion.
propose we move agenda item number 13, public comment on non-agenda items, to immediately behind agenda item number 3.
Can we get a second on that motion?
Second.
Thank you. You got a roll call on that?
Ms. Boucher.
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli.
Yes.
Ms. Burks. Mr. Duray.
Yes.
Mr. Howard.
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein.
Yes.
Ms. Politi.
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello.
No.
Ms. Thomasina Bello.
No.
Thank you. Whoever we have.
The first person signed up to speak on agenda items is Mr. Dennis Grant. The next person signed up to speak on agenda items is Ms. Tracy Wallace.
Hi, I want to speak on a few items. I don't have the items in front of me. I don't have the agenda in front of me, but your committee items. So I emailed the board about adding some committees. I think an exceptional learner committee would be a great addition to the committees that you currently have. You have policy, library, audit, I don't remember the other ones that you have on there, but the reason why I'm separating exceptional learner committee is because although I think it's good to be inclusive and adding exceptional learner information to every committee, it's good to be focused on exceptional learner information because I think that a lot of board members can benefit from the knowledge of a committee where they can get a lot of information, where they can, where you can have information so that you can make better decisions when you hear people asking for exceptional learner information, when you hear parents, buildings, support for exceptional learners. I think an exceptional learner committee would be valuable in the addition to the committees that you have on there. The other, sorry. The other issue was just, there's a lot on the agenda for transparency. There's a lot of hiring and firing, and I just wanted to make sure that when we are looking at the departments that were added on from previous acting superintendent or previous superintendent, just to ensure that the buildings and the students are being supported with the staff that's needed. Particularly, I'm thinking about the specialty faculty that's being added, anything that's being abolished. There's abolished positions, there's added positions on today's agenda, and I'm just asking the board to, just think about each decision that and vote that you make, depending on the building support. That's all. Thanks.
Mr. Dennis Grant.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. I come before you not out of anger, but out of deep concern and even deeper hope for what this board could be if we commit ourselves to doing right by our students, our educators, and yes, the district staff who keeps this system running behind the scenes. This past year has felt like a mediocre play, poorly written, inconsistently acted, and guided more by politics than purpose. Governance should not be a performance. And yet, like what we see too often on the federal level, there's been more hypocrisy than honesty, and more motion than progress, and more ego than equity. We owe our children better. We owe our teachers the resources, trust, and leadership they deserve. And we owe our staff, those who clean the buildings, run their offices, prepare the food, the respect and recognition of their essential roles. It's time this board stops mirroring the dysfunction we see in Washington and start reflecting the values of what our district needs: accountability, unity, and vision. Let's raise the bar, not for headlines, but for better outcomes. We ought to learn and apply that wanting the best for our children, such as better reading levels and an overall quality go-back education, is paramount. And since I imagine we know this, school board and acting superintendent, we ought to be collective and exercise the responsibility of communication. Superintendent to school board, and vice versa. We have to be adults in the room, even though some may be immature in their approach. The threat to education is the lack of education, just like the threat to our school board governance is the lack of school board governance. We need to get back to basics, have healthy challenges of ideas to govern. So school board members get the training, get that training. Resolve employment issues, and ensure with best intentions the proper direction of our district. So put your petty differences aside and work toward being a whole person to do one thing when you are here, and that is to govern this whole district. Because in the end, it's not about who is running the school board. It's about doing right by our kids, parents, and the people who make our schools work every day. Thank you.
There's nobody else signed up to speak on agenda items. If you'd like to speak on agenda items, please step to the podium. Okay, moving on to non-agenda items. The first person signed up to speak on non-agenda items is Mr. Dennis Grant. You're good? Miss Megan Tantorno.
Good evening. I'm speaking this evening regarding the requirements and parameters that determine whether a student will take honors or advanced courses. I also want to make certain that these are universal standards throughout the district and that every school is following the same protocol for every student. My daughter Sophie is an 8th grade student at Temple Hill Academy. She made high honor roll for all 4 quarters of 7th grade. As seen on her report card here, first quarter average was 94.4, second quarter 95.2, third quarter 94.4, and the final 4th quarter was 94.4. That is why she was confused when our guidance counselor told her just before school ended that she would not be taking honors or advanced courses for the 2025-2026 school year. I contacted the principal at Temple Hill Academy, Mr. Alfred Ratacchio, who then told me that there was only one class available for honors in 8th grade, and that class was at capacity with 27 students. I questioned if more students than the 27 mentioned had the same grades like my daughter. He acknowledged that there were, but there was not enough to fill another honor class. I then called the district-wide curriculum and instruction department and spoke with Lisa Soto. She gave me many explanations as to why my daughter was not chosen to be in the honors class. Among these explanations, she claimed the teachers told her that Sophie consistently handed work in late, yet when I questioned how she was able to maintain a 90-plus averages in every class, if that were true, she told me, and I quote, "The teachers accepted these assignments late and gave her full credit," which makes no sense. I have never heard of a teacher accepting late assignments and grading them without penalty. When I asked her how that was possible and why the teachers did that, she had no answer for me. We also never had any indication on her progress reports or report cards of missed assignments, so this is quite unbelievable. She also claimed that she was absent often. Again, on her report card, she was absent 5 days for the entire school year and missed some classes throughout the year for early pickup or tardiness. Nothing concerning or out of the ordinary. I was also told by Ms. Soto that teachers said Sophie would, and I quote, "struggle with the workload of honors courses." I'm baffled because with her grades, to suggest that would be contradictory. My concern is that these standards are not being held throughout the district, only at Temple Hill where class size is smaller and limited and teacher capacity is much smaller. I feel the students at Temple Hill are under more stringent standards because of class capacity. A student with a mid-90 overall average for the year should be allowed to take honor courses, especially students who are respectful and show good behavior throughout the year. With all the money the district receives from school taxes, federal and state funding, there should be more than enough budget. I'm almost done.
We're out of time.
There should be more than enough in the budget for children to meet the standard to take honors classes. I want to make sure that the rigid and standards that are being set for my daughter are also being set for every single student in the district.
We're out of time.
If not, that is the very definition of unfair and discriminatory practice standards.
The next person signed up to speak on non-agenda items is Miss Tracy Wallace.
Is this person here? Is he here tonight?
Yep. Ready?
Could recognize him.
Maybe not. I would like to speak on the policy that was supposed to be on your agenda for allowing cell phones, the cell phone ban. I don't know why it's not on the agenda. You have to decide on this before August 1st. So I just wanted to see an update for the public as far as the policy and what Newburgh is adopting, what policy you're adopting. I didn't see the new one on here. You're having a special meeting. Just like to know what's going on as far as your updated policy and what Newburgh is accepting for, again, children being able to use their phones bell to bell. When I spoke up about the policy at the last meeting, In your policy, you had one person that was going to be reviewing anyone that had a medical reason to use their phone, as opposed to many in your building who would be allowed to do that, psychologist, social worker. I don't have the list on me, but there was a list of people in the building that can make this determination as far as the student being able to use their phone. And what if that one person that you decide for the district gets sick and someone needs to use their phone? And how many buildings do you have, and how many students do you have, and how is that implemented? It's nice on paper, but when implemented, it's not going to be nice when someone actually needs their phone for whatever, for reasons of getting in touch with their parent. In addition, you had on your policy school bus, children should be allowed to use their phone on the school bus. You had translation crossed off. I have spoken about translation before. I'm going to speak about it again. Translation is, Google Translate does not conjugate Spanish, all languages in all countries correctly. If you go to any Spanish professor, they'll tell you don't use Google Translate because it doesn't conjugate the words correctly. It doesn't conjugate a conversation the way me and you are having right now. And you need to be able to conjugate your education correctly for them to actually get the education. So to ban that so that they can't use their phones and apps that they're able to use and say, okay, we're going to just rely on our Chromebook translation is unfair. So are they going to take their Chromebooks to the bathroom when there's a security guard? And what if they can't speak during lunchtime? What if they can't speak to security guards? What if they have an emergency? How are they supposed to translate? How are we supposed to be allowing children who cannot speak up, take away their voice? Because that's what you're doing when you're taking away their ability to use their phone to translate in your schools. I don't think a Chromebook is a reliable resource because the Chromebook won't be taken everywhere. So I'm just asking for you to look at your policies and make sure that it's equal for everyone. Thanks.
There's nobody else signed up to speak on non-agenda items. If you would like to speak on non-agenda items, please come to the podium.
Before we move on, if I could just make a comment, I try to be very, very respectful of everybody. When I ask somebody to stop at the 3 minutes, that's not because I disrespect them. It's because I respect the person who spoke before them, and I respect the person that's going to speak after them. So it's not a fun thing to do, but we all have to abide by the same rules. So thank you. Next up is Superintendent section. Ms. Peterson.
Good evening, everyone. So tonight I just want to take a moment to share some successes and what's happening around our district, some exciting work that we're doing. So contrary to some popular opinion, the summer is slow. However, it is jam-packed with planning and preparation for the new school year, as well as closing out the prior school year. So around central office, you will see the executive team really working on closing out the 24-25 school year, closing our books, preparing data reports to be submitted to the state. Also, the oversight of many areas, including the plan for professional development and working with teachers to make sure that we have that for the upcoming school year. We also have our students involved in many different programs throughout the district, whether that's some of our early college programs or some of our summer up programs throughout the district, as well as our P-TECH students gaining real world experiences through IBM and throughout Orange County. Though we had 700 proud graduates in June walk across Academy Field, we still have, that was a remarkable milestone for our scholars. We still have to celebrate these achievements through all of our learners that may need a little extra time through our extended year programs. And we hope to support them across the Academy and Field in August. So many students started on Monday with those extended year programs for the high school and for the middle school level. We are also offering specialized programs to enhance enrichment for our scholars and English language learners, as well as exceptional learners, to ensure that they remain engaged and that we don't have learning loss throughout the summer. We also have different fun programs that our students are engaging in, whether that's through the Empire program with Black Black Rock Forest, swim instruction. We are having lessons at the NFA pool. And we have many students that are engaged in Empire through Drumline, Electric Orchestra, esports, cosmetology, fashion, culinary arts, and Legos. So it's a vibrant time throughout the summer, and we are busy planning and preparing. For those that are participating, we welcome you. I just also wanted to comment on two things. I know that we are planning a policy committee update, so you will be seeing that noticed as well for the community. And on tonight's agenda, I have item 4.2 for the board's consideration.
Thank you. Could we get a motion and a second on item 4?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on 4.2?
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Mr. Howard? Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes my items.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. Next up, Clerk of the Board, Mr. McCoy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the approval of the minutes from June 24th, June 30th, and July 1st.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on 5.1 to 5.3?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Go ahead, Mr. McCoy.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Mr. Howard? Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
That concludes my items, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Next up, resolution to approve Board of Education Committee membership. Got a motion and a second on this item.
So moved.
Any discussion on this item?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to amend this item. The board was informed that a couple of board members do not want to participate on the committees. So on the audit committee, Ms. Christine Bello will be replaced by myself. And on the library, Ms. Thomasina Bello will be off that committee.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion? Could we get a motion and a second on the amended?
So there's a, Mr. Levinstein made the amendment, the motion, now you just need a second.
Okay. Then we need a roll call.
Roll call on the amendment. Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
No. Then we need a vote on it. Okay. Get a motion, a second on the amended?
Point of order. Now you just need roll call as amended, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Burks? Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Doré?
Yes. Before we move on, I want to comment on some of these committees because we worked hard to get it right, and I spoke to members of the community and got their opinion on some of these. I just want to go through them, if I could. On our Personnel Committee, we have Mark Levinstein, Phil Howard, and Letitia Politi. That is a very, very strong committee. Mark and Phil bring decades of experience, and Letitia brings decades of experience as an educator. So it is staffed correctly. We're going to have regular meetings, and we're going to get good progress from that committee. Curriculum, chair is Letitia Politi, co-chair Mark Levinstein, Sade Burks. Again, Letitia has been doing this for over 2.5 decades. She's very, very good at this, at curriculum. Mark Levinstein, again, very strong. Sade Burks, new, but I put her with a couple of people that are going to teach her very, very well. Policy, we couldn't do better. Phil Howard, chairing our policy committee. Co-chair, Ray Bergarelli, Sade Burks. Sade new, she's going to learn from Ray, she's going to learn from Phil. Ray's been doing this a while. Very, very strong committee. Audit, don't worry about who's in charge, but co-chair, Mackenzie Boucher. Mackenzie brings, I worked with her last year on the audit committee, a very, very strong finance background. She's going to help a lot. And we have also Mr. Levenstein on that committee, who brings his decade plus of experience. Facilities, chairs Ray Bergarelli. Ray's strength is not in facilities, but Ray's strength is in dealing with the community. He has the unique ability to work with people at every single level. He is not shy about asking questions. So with him as chair, we're going to be able to get the information we need. I'm co-chair. Again, Mackenzie is there. Mackenzie has a strong construction background, works with contractors. She's in the right place on this committee. A library, currently Ray and myself. People used to think this is a committee that you just put people in. It's actually a very special committee. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy listening to what this resource is to our community. So I'll close by saying we worked hard on this. I think we got it right, and we're going to have a strong year. Next is a discussion item, 6.2, public relations. Does anybody have any input on this? Yes, go ahead, Ms. Bello.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I believe that we really seriously need to improve public relations, but we're not going to do it through fancy speeches. I believe that many in our community have disengaged, not because they're indifferent, but because they've lost confidence in the process. I believe if we're serious about rebuilding public trust, we have to look beyond speeches and sound bites. Trust isn't earned through public relations spin. It's earned through lawful process, transparency, and equitable decision-making. And that's where I believe we're falling short. When people feel excluded from critical decisions, especially those that affect their wallets, their schools, and their children's futures, they stop showing up. Not because they don't care, but because they feel unheard. At our last regular meeting, after executive session concluded, 6 walk-on items were introduced and passed. No explanation, no discussion. Among them was a 4-year employment contract worth over $1 million taxpayer dollars. It includes lifetime health benefits and a $35,000 raise. And just for context, that raise alone exceeds the annual median income in one of the municipalities that we represent. The community had no advance notice, no chance to comment, and in my opinion, the failure to disclose this contract in advance violated a 24-hour public notice requirement mandated by New York State open meetings law. And given the findings of the external audit in December and the recent forensic audit, this contract, in my opinion, warranted serious review, not silence and rubber-stamped approval. Even if these walk-on items were considered time-sensitive, we could have called a special meeting, properly noticed, open to the public. We could have allowed public comment and a chance for real engagement. That would have been the transparent path. Instead, the public was bypassed. And I believe that's unfair to the people that we represent. This is not a private enterprise where people can spend money however they wish. We are a public entity entrusted with safeguarding other people's money. So I want to ask, who among us is looking out for the taxpayers? It's difficult to tell from the 6 walk-on resolutions passed without discussion or debate. The irony is stark. We claim to value public engagement, yet we moved our regular meetings to 5:30 p.m., a time that excludes working families and makes it harder for trustees with full-time jobs to fully participate. And when you quiet the voices of the trustees, Mr. President, you do a disservice not just to us, but to all the people that we represent. And then we pass major fiscal items without notice or dialogue. That's not just poor optics. That's a breach of public trust. Transparency is not optional. It's our obligation. There's no shame in making a mistake. Mistakes are human. But there's shame in knowing a mistake occurred and refusing to correct it. If we want real public engagement, we have to be courageous enough to uphold the law and humble enough to reverse course when we've erred. Only then will the public regain confidence in this board, not because we told them to trust us, but because we showed them why they should. Only then will our community begin to re-engage. And I make these comments not with any animosity. I make them because I'm concerned about the integrity of our board. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bello. Any other comments on public relations? I have some comments on public relations. I was going in a very different direction when I mentioned public relations. I'll just give some examples. Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, Yonkers, and many other schools within the state employ public relations firms to help them out and do proper messaging and consistent messaging. We have a great communications department, but they have day-to-day operations that they have to do. I guess what I'm talking about here, my vision for this is public relations firms, one of the things that they do is they offer recruiting campaigns. And right now we're hurting a little bit on recruiting good people. And when they do recruiting, they do marketing with it, they identify candidates, they cast a wide net. They also help with social media. They also help around budget time, making sure the community gets a consistent message as to what's happening. So this is just a discussion item. I think it surfaced years ago, long before I was on the board. But I want to engage in a discussion, a continued discussion about retaining a firm and possibly getting an RFP out on the street to see what a public relations firm could offer to us. Go ahead, Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is something that I have long suggested, that we should have a public relations firm. I think it would serve the district well. I don't know how to package it as of yet, what the requirements or what the expectations would be, but I think that it's long overdue that we have someone out here, and like you said, our communications department does an incredible job, but I'm talking going above and beyond that. Public relations, branding our district, talking about the good things that happen in our district, talk about things that need to be spoken about. Unfortunately, we have a part of our community, we have a part of our own family that are hell-bent on pushing negative narratives about our district, about our schools, about our students, et cetera, et cetera. So I am 100% in favor of seeing what that would look like to hire a public relations firm to handle getting the good news out, handle getting the branding of our school district properly done, getting that done. So I think that's an excellent recommendation, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Ms. Politi?
Yes, I do remember when Mr. Howard brought this up. He has been talking about it, and for the same reasons that he just listed, I do support this, because at the end of the day, when all of this negative narrative comes out, it really hurts the kids, and we want to talk about the taxpayers. It hurts the taxpayers too, because it makes our community look undesirable, and we're not undesirable. We are one of the strongest places in the Hudson Valley, and I'm proud to be a resident here, and we need to let everybody know that. So I agree with you.
Ms. Peterson? Thank you, Ms. Politi.
I definitely want to say our communications department does do a wonderful job, but they're 1.5, and half of that is trying to maintain the website, and the other is to maintain this 3-municipality district and cover all of the events that happen. And I think some of the larger lists, I know that I was speaking today, just making sure that we're focused on what some of those community requests are. I know that we have a lot of big projects that do have a fiscal impact, like the CTE Center and our capital projects. How are we marketing those? How are we really working with our Human Resources Department to promote and to dispel and to show our offerings in a different way? I think that it is important to work alongside to see what this RFP comes back, and if the board is interested, I've already started working with the communications and our purchasing agent to kind of pull something together to bring to the board for discussion regarding that. Because I do think that we have to do a better job. We've heard it. It was certainly a topic that we discussed often last year, so we need to make sure that we have those first steps. So it is something that we're ongoing, and we will be communicating with the board to get the parameters for that RFP and the next steps.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. Anyone else? Go ahead, Mr. Levinstein.
So I agree with what's said, but also adding to what Ms. Peterson said, an important part to me would be that we attract, we have the wherewithal to attract qualified employees, teachers, administrators, staff, and we need to get those people here, and we need to keep them here. And if that's a big part of their plan, I would certainly support going forward with that.
So that can be something that I can include in the RFP in terms of making sure that we have the scope and marketing around human resources, as well as just more marketing and information about our capital projects and bigger budget expenditures.
Anyone else? I'll close with this. My vision is one of our administrators or teachers or any of our staff goes to a conference and they meet somebody and they say, hey, I work for the Newburgh School District, and that other person says, I've heard of that, I want to get a job there. That's where I want to get to, and that's what we're going to do. We'll move on. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Ms. Holder.
Mr. President, I have 2 items to walk on.
2 items to walk on, okay. Please introduce the item.
So the 2 items that are going to be walked on are, be it resolved that the board hereby authorizes its president to sign a settlement agreement in the New York State Human Rights case Bauteri versus Newburgh and Large City School District, case number 102-19443, as presented to the board at this meeting. And item 2 is, be it resolved that the board hereby authorizes its attorneys, Shaw, Perlson, May, and Lambert LLP, to appeal the decision of the Orange County Supreme Court in the case of Newburgh and Large City School District v. Simmons to the Second Department Appellate Division, Orange County Index Number EF 005109-2024.
Thank you. Could I get a motion and a second on those 2 items?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? We're good.
Roll call to add, Mr. Howard? Yes. Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks? Mr. DeRay?
Yes. Motion and a second on them. Get a motion and a second on those 2 items.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? What's that?
Did you say you need a second?
Yes.
I seconded already.
Roll call on these items. Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Thank you. Please continue.
I have items 7.1 to 7.18 for your consideration on consent.
7.18.
Yep.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out an item?
7.17 and 7.18.
I heard 7.17. What else?
7.18.
Okay. Okay, can we get a motion and a second on 7.1 to 7.16?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Levinstein?
Thank you, Mr. President. So the Personnel Committee did not meet, but I'm going to give you a listing. I'm actually asking Ms. Holder if the following is an accurate description of the human resources agenda being presented tonight. HR agenda items A through J, including appointments, change of statuses, leave of absences, and resignations. Rescinding a suspension of an employee and changing it to an administrative leave. Approving additional home teachers fulfilling New York State Education Department requirements and district obligations. Appointments of the following: a stipended WINCAP administrator, an additional hearing officer, extended school year personnel and administrator, Hope Project, helping others to participate and excel personnel, math meet teachers, Newburgh Teacher Center Policy Board, professional development writers, a stipended central treasurer for extra classroom activities fund, P-TECH summer program teachers, summer CSE meeting personnel, security personnel for July 1st work, a Wilson Reading Systems Level 1 certification, substitute administrators, and to abolish 5 vacant director and coordinator positions and adding 1 director and 1 case manager position and tenure for an administrator. Ms. Holder, is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on 7.1 to 7.16? Please call the roll.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Thank you. Can we get a motion and a second on item 7.17?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on 7.17. Call the roll.
Ms. Christine Bello?
No.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
No.
Ms. Boucher?
No.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Thank you. Item 7.18, can I get a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on this item?
I think Mr. Spellman is in the audience. So I just wanted to recognize that that is who's getting tenured.
Agreed. On behalf of the board, thank you. Now,
Mr. President?
okay,
Mr. President?
what's that? Oh, Ms. Politi.
I too wanted to speak to Mr. Spellman's tenure. Thank you, Mr. Spellman. As a parent, I can attest to his responsiveness, his attentiveness to his students, and we're really grateful to have you in our district. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Call the roll.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard? Yes. Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
So I want to congratulate Mr. Spellman, and I'm so thankful that you are here with us because I know that you ran away from me with master scheduling a couple times, but you stuck through and you have worked through one of the most complicated schedules at NFA, and I just applaud you for that and all of your hard work and dedication day in, day out for that campus. So thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, Assistant Superintendent of Finance, Ms. Rory.
Good evening. The Finance Division presents items 8.1 to 8.18 for routine consent this evening.
Okay, would anybody like to separate out any items? Get a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on 8.1 to 8.8? Go ahead.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 9, Assistant Superintendent, CIO, DPO, Mr. McGrath.
Hello, Mr. President. The Division of Technology and Data presents for the board's consideration items 9.1 through 9.3.
So moved.
Would any,
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
would anybody like to separate out the items? Get a motion and a second on 9.1 to
So
9.3.
moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Oh, wait a second. Stand by. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just a quick explanation maybe for the public. 9.3 is a large expense for the yonder pouches. And I was just wondering if we can have some reason why we are doing it, and are there additional students and things like that?
That is that's for the CNI section, so we will.
I'm sorry, I jumped ahead.
Okay.
I apologize.
So there are no questions on 9.3? Okay. Happy to talk about it. We can also move on.
I think it's the internet.
Okay.
It's
The vote is
it's our
on.
fiber network, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay.
The vote is on 9.1 to 9.3.
roll call. Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein.
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher.
Yes.
Thank you. This concludes my items.
Thank you. Item 10, Assistant Superintendent, CNI, Dr. O'Grady.
Thank you, Mr. President. CNI Elementary presents item 10.1 for your consideration.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second on this?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I have some discussion.
Sure.
This looks like really a terrific conference, and if you could just, for the public, let us
Sure.
know what's happening here.
So sure, so this is a tremendous honor, and my colleague here, it's really a high school initiative, but Dr. Martinez-Morales is part of CNI, so I'm presenting it. Dr. Martinez-Morales was really the person to champion this, and of 114 candidates or participants, 30 Newburgh students were chosen to go to the Dominican Republic, and Dr. Martinez-Morales was chosen as a chaperone, and it's free 99, my friend. So there's really nothing to think about.
I do like the price tag, and thank you for that. Thank you.
I knew that you would, Mr. President.
Can we get any further discussion? Let's get a vote.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard.
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein.
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli.
C.
That concludes my items.
Thank you. Item 11, Assistant Superintendent, CNI, Dr. Soto.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Curriculum and Instruction Secondary Level presents agenda items 11.1 to 11.4 for the board's consideration on consent.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out any of these items? Get a motion and a second.
So moved.
Any discussion? I would like to separate out. Okay, go ahead.
11.3?
Okay. Could we get a motion on 11.1, 11.2, and 11.4?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll. Any discussion on these items? Go ahead, Mr. Bernstein.
So I apologize, I really did want the other one also explained. And similar question, meaning, can we get some rationale for buying all these additional yonder pouches? Is it going for additional schools, different students, different devices? Because again, it's a large expenditure like the previous one.
So I'm going to start, and I'm going to let Dr. Soto kind of finish. I know that we are all aware that Governor Hochul has put in a distraction-free schools bill where we must come into compliance. So before that, the Newburgh and Large City School District has engaged in having yonder. I think this is our second year. It's our second year having students purchase these pouches, be a part of it daily as a part of their security check-in. I think that it's done a wonderful thing for our discipline rates and also just class participation and engagement of students. It does come with a high price tag, but it is a great solution to help us come into compliance with the law, as well as just making sure that our students are engaging with one another throughout the day. They're definitely this price tag, and I'm sure Dr. Soto can talk a little bit about the price tag, is the cost for this. They are very few and far between. And this quote covers, and Dr. Soto can answer that question.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I couldn't have said it better myself, but unfortunately, this is a cost for these pouches. We have just done some research on them, and this is the best cost that we can get because we've looked at other companies. And sometimes these pouches break, and so we want to have additional pouches on hand for our students. But yes, they are costly, unfortunately.
Thank you. Dr. Mack? You good? Okay. Any other discussion on 11.1 to 11.4 minus 11.3? We'll roll with it.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politti?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on item 11.3.
So moved.
Thank you. Any discussion on this item?
Yes, Mr. President. I just wanted to say that I think it's a great idea. I think it's long overdue, and to do something of this magnitude for the middle schools is an awesome idea, and I can't wait to attend some of the games at those facilities and see the new scoreboards. Awesome job.
Thank you. Dr. Soto?
Thank you so much for saying that, Mr. Howard, because currently, we do not have any scoreboards in our middle schools. We have tabletop cardboard flip scores, and so our players can see the scores, right? They can see the time, and you need that while you're practicing as well. In addition to that, I think it's important that we celebrate when a kid does a three-pointer, right? Or a volleyball player hits a ball across the court. So, one, we're celebrating students. More importantly, we're increasing student pride, right? That brings a lot of energy onto a field.
So, are you telling me that these scoreboards are going to have the features on them when pow, wow,
Yes.
yeah? Wow.
They're pretty nice. I looked them up.
So, more importantly, and I think Mr. McGrath would agree, right? This is an opportunity to mix sports, media, and technology, right? So this is cross-disciplinary learning for our students as well, because we want them to work on these boards, not just adults, right? We want them to participate in these games.
Thank you. Ms. Peterson?
I'm sure Mrs. Roing is going to say what I'm going to say, so I'm going to let her go first to see if we're on the same page, and then I will.
I just wanted to remind the board this was something you approved during our budget development process, and this is the execution of that decision that you made.
And I just also want to add that this was also a look from Executive Cabinet around our facilities. We know that our athletic parents have come to us about certain things with our fields, with our actual plant, and that was what was a part of the budget development for us to look at our facilities and expand oftentimes throughout the athletic season, we do not have enough facilities, and this allows us to then offer competitions in those middle schools that were not being utilized. Many of our buildings have locker rooms. They have the ability for us to be able to host. So this was one of the roadblocks that was identified by administration to move forward with.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I may suggest that we engage the students to help us work those electronics, because they are awesome at what they can do, things that we can't even think about, and let them be a part of, creating that scene at the games, that emotion, that passion. So if we can trickle that down and get the students involved, I would love to see that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay.
That concludes my items for this evening. Thank you.
Let's call a vote.
Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray.
Yes. Thank you. Item 12, Assistant Superintendent, Exceptional Learners. Oh,
Good evening, Mr. President. I'm over here. So the Office of Exceptional Learners presents items 12.1 through 12.3 for your consideration on consent.
thank you. Would anybody like to separate any of these items out? Get a motion and a second on 12.1 to 12.3.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on 12.1 to 12.3? We're good?
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi, Ms.
Yes.
Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard.
Yes.
We're done, right? Thank you. That concludes our regular business. We're going to move into executive session. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby recesses into executive session for the following purpose: matters made confidential under FERPA, matters leading to the employment of particular employees or corporations, employment history of employees or corporations, collective bargaining under the Taylor Law, and to obtain advice for legal counsel. We don't anticipate action after executive session. Thank you very much.
Point of order, Mr. President. We need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Thomasina Bello, Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray.
Okay, we're back in regular session. Could I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Christine Bello? Yes. Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?